This eclipse portal on the 7th of September is a powerful portal to activate for manifestation. We've also got the full moon in Pisces, and we've got a super blood moon. And during this time, I'm receiving that it is so powerful to tune into the vision. And this eclipse can act as an amplifying force where the veil is thinner. You can tap into the spiritual realm. And remember that everything first starts in the spiritual realm and then manifests into the physical. And so also with this Pisces energy, we've got this watery, creative energy. And so this is a powerful time to tap into your creativity, to tap into your expression, and also for this manifestation to tap into your energy, to bring the energy up the pranic tube and into the third eye. And I was actually just revisiting, in my last reading that I did, I mentioned Joe Dispenza, and I was joking like, oh yeah, I used to be really into Joe Dispenza. And I'm not into Joe Dispenza as much, but then Joe Dispenza started popping up on my timeline. And so I started, really drawing the energy up the pranic tube into the third eye. There's powerful guided meditations that you can do by Joe Dispenza for this. And just really tapping into that energy, tapping into feeling it, right? Again, this is for manifestation, right? To feel the feeling, to shift your thinking, to tune into the vibration of your dream life. And when you bring that energy up into the third eye, you bring it up into the crown, you expand into the space, and you receive and you tap into the vision of your dream life and all the elements, the feeling of what it would feel like, what it would look like, what it would taste like, what it would smell like, and you amplify that with this eclipse portal. Has the ability for things to just happen like that, for shifts to start happening very rapidly in your reality. And this is a timeline jumping. Another really powerful teachings of books is reality transurfing. And it's the awareness that this version of you is existing in a certain parallel reality. And so when you shift your identity, when you practice the law of detachment, and you don't care so much, you're not attached to the end result, it creates this openness and this freedom in your energy for things to start to manifest. You become more magnetic, you become more attractive. People start reaching out to you. It's like in a relationship when you're really clingy and you're texting that person constantly, you ever notice that they avoid you? It's the same thing with manifestations, same thing with the universe. When you're detached, things just come to you. But also when you're in a state of love, when you're in a state of a loving awareness, when you're loving yourself. So in this eclipse portal, give time to yourself for self-care. Move from that feeling, this isn't time anymore. You don't have to constantly hustle, right? And grind. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some space to just be. Start prioritizing that and believing that just being is part of your work. Working isn't just doing things. Working is also spiritual. Working is also self-care. It's also meditation. It's also releasing resistance. It's enjoying your life. Start shifting the belief in this eclipse portal that being is part of your work. And so if you're going into meditation and you're feeling like, oh, I need to do all these things, just start to shift that and be like, oh no, actually this meditation is part of my work. This meditation is part of what's going to allow things to manifest. Because when I'm in a state of a non-resistance, when I detach, the energy flows. When the energy flows, I start to get inspired. And when I get inspired, I start to take actions. And then those actions are coming from an aligned place. And those inspirations are going to lead me to synchronicities, and those synchronicities are going to lead me to manifestations of those, and those manifestations are going to lead me to more money, and those manifestations are going to lead me to more abundance, and those manifestations are going to lead me to connections, right? And those connections are going to lead me to more of the things that I want. And so, you know, even taking a bath could be part of your manifestation. You know, and I get being disciplined and focused, but really what that is kind of a Taurus energy. It's more of a consistency, right? And the more charged up that you are, you can be relaxed, and then you can also charge it. And the more consistent you are, the more that, say for example, like you're putting out content, or you're writing, or you're doing the steps that are going to lead you towards what is this project, a business that you do. There's a consistency in that, but that consistency doesn't have to be struggle. Yes, I understand learning a new skill or starting something new, there's going to be an aspect of it's going to be hard at times. But when you release resistance, you're going to have less resistance to do the things. And therefore, you're going to do the things more consistently. See, what self-sabotage really is it's resistance to doing the things consistently. So if you let go of the resistance, you reprogram the subconscious, then you're going to shift into the version of yourself that's naturally doing those things more consistently. And so with this eclipse portal, the veil is thin. You can tap into the angelic realms. You can tap into these higher consciousness states. And this will allow rapid shifts to start to happen. Think of parallel realities like timelines, like timeline jumping. If you jump from the version of you that's in scarcity to the jump version of you that's in abundance, you don't have to oh, I'm attracting this thing from outside of myself. Just shift to the version of you that would be attracting those things in your reality, and that is doing the things that will move the needle forward. And in that reprogramming, you naturally will wake up as that version of yourself. So remember that also when the veil is thinner, the moment before you go to sleep, you're moving from that high alert state into that alpha and that theta state is a powerful time to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to go into the visualization as you're in a relaxed state. And you could also at this time review The Law of Assumption by Neville Goddard. And I have videos on my channel, if you go to my playlist, about manifestation that dives into all the details of how you do all this. I just want to wish you many blessings in the manifestation of your dream life through this portal. And also know that this is a powerful time for channeling, as I recently spoke of in one of my recent videos that I'll link here at the end. This is a powerful time to practice automatic writing, to practice channeling, to journal, and to get into the receiving mode of the higher consciousness information. So what my thesis here is that there's a lot of speak of like find your purpose. But what if your purpose already exists in the version of you that's living in your highest timeline? And if you raise your consciousness and you raise your frequency and you get into a state of receptivity, then the vision will naturally come to you and start to fill in. And so you're also receiving the signs. And this is where divination and manifestation meet, because you're having a conversation with the universe, with the infinite intelligence. And then you're able to dial it in. So comment below, I'm getting into receiving mode and I'm dialing in the manifestation. Let's go. It's happening. It's like timeline jumpers. Like it can happen just like that. You can shift your identity just like that. Because when you clear, you open up the space to be able to create. So, my friend, all the blessings to you. Let's go.